Hello, this is Michael Brown, SVP of Technology with Telarus. And today what I'm going to be showing you is an introduction to the new user interface for the Agent Back Office. First thing I want to address is just how you can turn it on. So we're not turning this on by default, basically giving you the choice for when you want to see the new user interface. Very easy to turn on. Down in the bottom right-hand corner of my screen here, you'll see a little icon. If you click on that, you'll see a quick button to toggle the new design on. I'm going to go ahead and do that now, and you'll see that we load the new interface. If you're in the new interface and you find that you do want to get back to the legacy mode, again, it's pretty easy to get back there. The icon down in the bottom right-hand corner changes to a help. You'll see the ability to toggle the new design off. Here you're also going to see that we're providing a quick little input box for you to report any issues that you might be seeing, or if you have additional suggestions for things that you would like to see in the back office. We encourage you to enter that information here, click on the little send button, and that will open up a ticket for the development team so that they can take a look at it. So navigation within the new user interface, there's a couple of different methods for navigation. The first one, left-hand navigation, works very similar to what you're used to in a website. So for example, I can click on customers. I'm going to get a flyout here with some additional features for me to get to. You'll see the same thing for quotes, for commissions, suppliers. The other navigation method is through the tiles. The tiles do provide one feature that's a little bit better than the left-hand navigation, in my opinion, and that is if I click on my customer relationship management, we're going to display for you the most recent customer records that you were working on. We feel like providing this capability should make the back office a little bit more efficient for you. You can quickly get back to those items that you were recently working on. You'll see that same type of information for orders, so the most recent order records that we're working on. The same thing for GeoQuote, so what are the most recent quote records that we've been working on. The left-hand navigation really kind of works in conjunction with the tiles. So in other words, once I've drilled down into an area, say I go into a customer record, I don't have to go all the way back to home in order to be able to navigate through the other feature sets. So for example, through my quoting, I can get back to the various options underneath quote. If you do want to get back to the tile feature, it's fairly easy. Click on the upper left-hand corner, and we'll reload those tiles for you to utilize. One thing I want to make sure that it's very easy for you to find is your commissions. So again, within the left-hand navigation, if I click on commissions, you'll see a variety of options. The top option here is what you're used to starting with when you, in the old interface, when you click on your commission reports. This is going to be the summary report. Again, this is a fairly new view. We released this several months back. And then from here, I can drill down into an individual month to get to my export and my additional reporting. But one thing that we have done is within the commissions tab, we have provided you with the ability to quickly jump down to one of those other reports so that you don't have to navigate through the summary page. So for example, if I click on my detail report, usually I would have to go to the main summary report, then click on a month to get here. We've just provided a little bit of a shortcut if you know that this is exactly where you want to go to. The other feature that I'd like to really point out in the new user interface is the search. So this works a little bit different than what you've seen in the past. For example, if I click on search, you'll notice that no longer do I need to tell the back office what it is I want to search for. I don't have to tell it I'm looking for a business name or that I'm looking for a street. Instead, we can just type in what we're looking for. So I'm going to type in Boulder here. You'll notice that the search in the new interface is much faster than the old one. You'll also see that we're providing you with some tabs. So depending on the objects that have matched, I can see either customers or potentially suppliers that will match. So here within customer records, you can see that I'm matching on the city of Boulder. It kind of matched that most specifically, so those are the results that are coming forward. But saying I was really searching for, say, a street address of Boulder Meadow, we're keeping the search criteria that you had entered before, so I can simply add to that and hit my enter key, and now we're getting results for the street address of Boulder Meadow. Once you have a search result back, if I click on that tile, the other thing that we're doing is bringing forward kind of the most commonly used functions once you have found a customer record. So instead of having to necessarily go into the customer record, here I can quickly add an order to that customer or a location, edit, add contact, etc. If I click on the View Customer Record, you'll notice that this page looks very similar to the old legacy system. One of the things that we wanted to do is provide this new user interface and some of these new features before we reworked every single page in the back office. Sometimes you're going to get a page that's going to look like the old legacy system. We're going to continue to do development here and kind of address these one functional area at a time. So that's really what I wanted to cover with you today, just provide you with a quick mechanism so that you can understand how you can get into the new user interface and back to the old user interface as well. I encourage you to use this. We think that with just a little bit of usage, it'll become very familiar with you. As we do develop new features, those will typically be targeted for the new user interface. So we may reach a point where there are features that are only available in the new user interface versus the legacy interface. Again, happy to understand what it is that you would like to see us work on in the system. Please use that help link. Give us a little bit of feedback. Click on send, and a ticket will be created with us. Thank you very much for your time, and enjoy.